could only trust people as far as you threw him, then Rise would be very trustworthy.
And he can he puts forth some good points.
Thank you.
So let's see. Obviously, this everything's great about Sunseed.
Wait, what did you say? You cut out.
I said everything's great about Sunseed.
Yes,
There's a good comment. Jovan doesn't cut out on microphone as much as he used to.
I've got some comments to share about Jovan here. Now,
how about everybody give me a...
Keep in mind, I'm obligated to only say nice things because there's basically a gun to my head at all times when he's in the room.
Oh.
Jovan is funny. Jovan is highly intelligent and extremely good reasoner. Obviously very kind since I stay friends with him despite the fact he's an asshole and supports like ridiculous positions. But besides that, he's just overall really a good person, almost the complete package in a way.
I'll say some good things.
I want to start something.
First of all, Jovan's connection is often really bad, so you don't have to hear him a lot. That's a good thing about it. The next thing is that he can't really pronounce his R's in the middle of words or at the end of words, and so that's entertaining to listen to. That's all I can think of right now.
So Jovan's the only one that isn't at the bottom of the social pecking order. Is at the top of the social pecking order, and not like a tasteless or a sugar nobody just ostracized contrarian thing. He's the only one at the top of the social pecking order besides Josh and I, near the top of the totem pole. That had enough fucking balls to really stand up to Tom. Everybody else was just sucking Tom's cock. It was ridiculous, and Jovan's that's admirable.
I'd say I wanted to say a few things. So I like Tasteless's approach. Is a funny approach to things, and he tends to be able to take a position and word it in such a way that it's not.
We're talking about me.
Oh, sorry.
Jovan needs his narcissistic lie.
Well, Jovan has been a great server moderator, and I think that he, when he's in the room, he's good at shaping the conversation and letting it happen. And I've noticed him do it with Concrete and other people, and it's I think it's really something that I respect. And yeah, so Tasteless, I like his ability to have an argument, and he shapes the argument in a way that the meaning is very you have to really think to understand what he's saying, but it causes you to really understand the full picture, and so I respect that about Tasteless. Shamos, what?
It's all right. It can be an open. Let's finish up.
It's not just about you, Jovan. Jeez.
Shamos is he's probably the most alpha person I've ever seen in an argument. No holds barred, sort of he goes at it, and that I have respect for that. And he's also very intelligent about his argument, so it's not like he's just he's just an idiot. He's able to really strongly articulate his position. Pogan, I like the way he is able to deadpan sometimes, and he doesn't. He's very tactful about how he uses anger, and he's very able to really control the dynamic of the conversation, and I respect that. Though I don't like being mod abused, but I do think that he you have a talent for that, and you're probably one of the most socially intelligent people I've met. Socially intelligent, not and Claire's not here, but Claire's I have a respect for her ability to really have like an individuality and to really, you know, she can be like harsh, but she's also like a good person, and she has a way of thinking about things that is extremely like pragmatic and practical, just in terms of, you know, cost benefit analysis and being able to really kind of manage her life and everything that kind of interacts with it. So I have a respect for that. Godless, I have a respect for you too. You like you're able to be like an alpha female without being like a really like annoying or so someone who seems too loud. Like you just like it's right. You know, you don't come across as like, I don't know, some women when they're loud and when they're they just come off as really like cheap and tacky, but you come off as not, which is like
Did you
I
see her in
respect
Subway?
that. Well, no, it is, but she's not
I'm
like
only
fake.
kidding.
She's not fake. That's what I like about
She's
her.
certainly not fake.
Thank you, guys.
And you, Orson, you seem like you're a really good person, and I think that the way that you make attacks in conversations, like the way that you craft your sentences, you can make your point very concisely and strategically, and I respect that too. So
Oh, thank you. I want to say my last one. I think I want to do maybe more later, but I just want to say thank you to Jovan because I really appreciate the server and being able to interact with people that were banned from the other one, and I think you're doing a stellar job.
So I
And
I
he's
have to
away.
say something about Jovan. I think Jovan is I really admire Jovan as a person. I really respect him as an individual. I really admire his chillness, the way he's able to keep his cool, his values, the way he thinks, the way he arguments. He puts his arguments forward. I mean, the guy is just overall. I really enjoy him. I think he's very cool. I like the way he speaks. I like the way he thinks. I like the way he conducts himself. I really have a lot of respect for Jovan. So yeah, that's about it. I mean, the guy is just being an asshole now.
I feel like he's the Santa Claus of the community. I don't know why I feel that way.
All right, I'll say something nice about Jovan. There are a lot of things I do admire about Jovan. One, he's typically pretty clever, but two, I think like his most endearing quality is Jovan is fair, and despite many allegations from me in the past, calling him things like a partial fuck, a partial motherfucker, various variations of partial and insults, I think he is fair. Down to the bone, he is. Even in instances where he has to criticize his friends, he will. Even in instances where he has to concede, he will. And I mean, if there's anyone on the server I trust to be fair in any situation, I think Jovan would be top of the list.
Jovan, the liberal mods is because he doesn't get on a power trip like other people. Like he can handle power maturely.
I agree.
He's also very, very honest.
Tasteless is a Hispanic man.
So I want to say something about Pogan.
Honesty is a virtue, Fia.
So Pogan, I think, and I really admire you are very manipulative, and I think that is one of your most impressive traits. I've never seen someone manipulate the way that you do. It is very impressive, very effective, even though when people are aware of it. And you definitely have a good training in the CIA. You really keep that shit, really good. You must be an outstanding student. And overall, I don't know what to think about you because, in virtue of, I think that all that you put forward is a facade. But then again, I respect you for that. I respect that shit because you're good at it. So, yeah, man, that's about it.
That's like somebody saying, I think Sam makes the best IEDs. Like, damn, dude, we're doing comp.
One thing I like about Sam is oftentimes I feel like the room gets swept up in a narrative, and I don't think Sam is as susceptible to that as some other people in here. So sometimes when the room gets crazy, he can be the voice of reason.
Sam's kind of good at giving like the overall commentary of the situation, or like if we're talking about a problem with someone or something. Sam's kind of good about like stepping back and saying like kind of condensing what I think a lot of people are thinking but can't really articulate it.
Summarizing.
Yeah, like, well, is Wrench here? Okay, because I don't know. I don't think this will be insulting to Wrench, but like, an example is I remember Sam saying, like, Wrench was frustrated or something with the way he was being treated in the community. And we were talking about it when he wasn't here, and Sam kind of said what the issue was pretty clearly. Like, Wrench is a really cool guy, everyone likes him, but he usually isn't the guy who comes in and like argues about theism or something. And so that might be a reason why he's frustrated with the community sometimes. And Sam put that forward pretty obviously at the time.
There's something nice about Orson. Orson came in, I don't think he knew barely any philosophy when he came in, and he made a tremendous progress in his philosophy and debate skills in a very short amount of time.
Oh, thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
So I have something that nice to say about Bacon. Bacon, I really want you to know that I really appreciate you, man. I for some reason I think that you're really underrated. I think you have great skills at starting shit. You're very astute, very astute. I mean, this is one of the most astute people that I've ever known. He is a great, straight creator, drama creator. But you are also a good person. You're very loyal, and I really, I care for you, man. I mean, at first we were enemies, but and I knew that your loyalties was with someone else. But I think that you're a person that moves, for conviction, and I really respect that. I care for you, Bacon, and yeah, man, that's what I wanted to tell you.
Oh, that was very sweet, Tasteless.
Sure.
I want to let everybody know that we've been doing this successfully for over an hour. Good job, guys.
Yeah, it's surprising how well it went. There was very few passive-aggressive comments.
I don't know if you were here when I complimented you.
Josh.
Oh, no,
What
Josh,
you
you
mean?
said some good stuff. Tasteless, man, you and I were purely at odds almost all the time when I first met you and started being around you, man. After a couple conversations that we've had, I just think you have a huge, huge, huge Mexican heart, and I love it. And I think you just have a very charitable way, even of thinking about people, even though you don't agree with them. If you vehemently don't agree with them, I still think you have an incredible charitable charity with people. So.
Oh, thank you, man.
You know what
That's
else
sweet.
he was about to say huge thing?
So I want to pay the favor, Andre, because I really, at first I thought this virtuous signaling motherfucker, right? I didn't like that. I mean, I thought you were really dumb because of the way you defended what I perceived to be indefensible shit. And I thought that you were just a virtuous signaler. But then I realized that you really care for people, that you really care, like you're a good person, a genuine good person, that you have beliefs, and these convictions make you act in the way that you are, that you're you move because of good reasons, let's say. And when I interacted with you, I saw like, oh dude, this guy is really smart. I mean, you really know how to articulate shit. And I gained a lot of respect for you, Andricus. And yeah, man, I like you a lot, and I think you're a good person. So yeah.
I wanted to say, Fia, I have a respect for how you handled and came back to the server and the situation, and I think that's really respectable. So just wanted to put that out there.
Yeah, no, Fia, you do know how to take a beating. That's really
Is that a plus?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And I'm also impressed how nobody in the server has tried to play any music on the bot during this whole time. I think that's impressive.
Yeah, I think I did gloss over Fia, but I'll do Fia now. One thing that's always been pretty consistent about Fia is that Fia is just a sweet person. In person and online. Especially like when we would all go out when we'd meet up. She was always nice to everybody for the most part. She was always friendly. She's adorable in person and online. So I think that's good quality.
I think Fia. Not many people here are totally not malicious like Fia. Like Rainey will even be like, "Oh, guys, yeah, why are you attacking this person? Whatever." Fia doesn't. She doesn't even oppose it. But I'm saying when Rainey does that, Rainey loves that shit. But Fia, she might find it entertaining sometimes, but she has no. I don't think she has any bad intentions towards anybody, and she didn't hold resentments towards people who were attacking her the other night. I don't think.
Thank you.
So one last thing about Orson. Orson, I didn't like you
Fia
from
seems
the
to be
get.
very forgiving and doesn't care too much to hold grudges.
Yeah, that's true. So Orson, I didn't like you from the get go, man. I thought that you. I mean, I don't like the way you speak. I don't like many things about you, but I can realize that. No, really. I mean, dude, I'm being honest. But
No,
but
it's
then
good.
then again,
It's fine.
I saw even though I dislike him, I saw him many instances of him being, fair and sticking to his guns, to what his beliefs are, his convictions, and I really respect that. And then I saw Orson closely, getting to the light, and I think that he is a sharp questioner. Like he will do questions that are hard to answer and whatnot. And I think he's very skillful. I do think he's intelligent to a certain degree, but overall, yeah, man, I think I like you now. Like I kind of like you, like not very much, but like I do enjoy. Like there's also sometimes your engagements. Yeah, man, I like that shit, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, this is a huge way, man, because you really disliked you at first, but no,
That's
man.
great.
I think you have a great sense of humor. So your jokes are very funny, and yeah, I like your humor, and that's it.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man.
I think, like I said before, I think your like entertainment value and your ability to contribute is really matured. So I think you're doing great, Tasteless, and I think you're awesome altogether. Okay.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate.
Imagine like
In
if
general,
somebody who's never been in this server before came in when we started doing this and doesn't know any of the dynamics and just heard us. They would think we were like the most faggoty people ever.
yeah. I think in general, like everyone here, like your heart's in the right place. You're all just socially inept. I think that's the issue. Like you all
Oh, Sugar's here.
You're
That's a
not
lot
bad.
from you.
Yeah, you aren't bad people. None of you are bad people. It's just like you guys are social idiots.
Okay, I want to say something about Sugar. Sugar is here taking the time.
I was gonna say something, but I think
Okay,
I don't think I'm gonna say it just because it gives down a bad line of reason.
What? What'd you say, Jovan?
I was gonna say something, but I feel like it would get us on a conversation that's no longer.
Okay.
So no, I just want to say this is Sugar. I actually love Sugar. I absolutely love Sugar. I think Sugar is one of the best things that happened to the server. I absolutely love him. He's very entertaining. I really admire his confidence, the way he is, the way he thinks, the way he engages, the way he holds, all the fucking, the way he takes, uh, you know, um, objections. Everything about Sugar, I think, is great. I have a lot of respect for him, and I do think his girlfriend is really hot. So I congratulate you, Sugar, for that.
Sugar's really physically attractive.
I
Yeah, he's a
actually feel
stud.
bad. I actually feel really bad about the Rise thing now. Rise, I think that you know a lot about particular subjects, and that you can be insightful whenever you're. Or let's say you can be insightful.
I just want to say, Fia, you're a piece of shit.
Who said that?
All right.
Pogan.
Ted, can you
I
please not
think
do that again while we're saying nice things about people?
He
he
left.
left.
Someone joined and then left.
We got drive-by. Yeah. Pogan, I think through our history, I think we've been like on and off. But I wanted to say that I have nothing but respect for you, and I also one thing that I value in your like admire in a sense is I think that your reasoning is usually very strong. I barely find flaws in it, and if I ever do, I feel like you correct yourself quite quickly. So,
Who?
Pogan,
Thank you, Orson.
Jeez.
welcome.
Oh, and penis, dude. Penis, dude. You know, I care a lot for you. I do think you're a great human being. I really have a lot of respect for you. I admire the way you are, your wisdom, your intelligence, your argument. I think you're a fucking genius. Everything you say in TEDs, I always laugh my ass off. I think you're great and really, really, really smart. Of course, I appreciate everything that you do for the community. I think that you are the most underrated individual in the community. I think you being here makes it even better. Like you are something that potential, makes everything better, Pina. So yeah, man, I wanted to express my appreciation for you, man.
I second everything Tasteless just said.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to Penis Tooth as well. I know a lot of people that work in the game dev space, at video editing space. The stuff that he does actually takes a bit of time to do, and he is often underrated for it. One thing that is kind of funny though is I shared the Tasteless Caribbean Cruise Line video at a department meet. Right, we were all just sitting around talking, and everybody loved it. They thought it was the funniest thing they heard in a long time. I think Penis Tooth is always friendly on the server, and I mean, I think he's definitely underrated for the content that he makes on his channel, for sure.
And we will never let out the secret that you and DGH are indeed the same person.
Oh fuck! Yeah, that's correct.
DGH is a
soon?
committee of several people who live in the Cayman Islands.
So I assume that since we're at Penis Tooth, the next person to talk good things about is Pogan.
No, we're not going.
Pogan's got a lot of stuff.
It's not in order. You can go in. You can.
I want Young to proceed with his comments. Go ahead. No, because I was about to say, yeah, just if it was Pogan's turn, you can just DM me when that's over, and I can rejoin the room.
Oh, fuck. Now I want.
I'm just kidding. I'm
Young
just
to say
kidding.
something
Pogan is a
nice.
friend. Pogan is a good friend. He's thick boned. He's not fat. And he's just friendly generally. I don't know what else to say that's like specifically positive other than
He's a friend.
he's just a good friend. You know,
He's in
it's
the
just
server quite a bit.
irreducible. You know, it's
He's
like
the friendliest friend that ever friended the friend's friend.
you know, you
friends.
just no. I'm serious about it though. You know, sometimes you just can't. Like, what else? You know, when you're saying that someone is a friend, you're just saying a bunch of positive shit about them. You know, you like talking.
You know, it's funny because he didn't have to do this.
Oh, he looks adorable.
Yeah, you like
Thank you,
Yeah, Pogan is
volunteered.
actually one of the better looking guys.
Pogan?
Who, Pogan?
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Young. That was pretty eloquent.
Now,
I think Young is Italian.
oh,
thank.
Young's one of the
Young's
one of the
I
like
think
sharpest.
Young-
He's one of the sharpest people here. I'm always impressed at how quickly Young can actually catch on to complicated shit. Kind of takes a scenic route when he explains stuff, but Young, like he of the new batch of Jack's exquisite boys, Young's one of the sharpest, and I'm always impressed at how he can catch on not only to like the heavy philosophical stuff, but he's quick to like reason even through all the drama. So I'm always impressed by that.
I have I have something nice to say about Young. So I think that Young, he has a special kind of intelligence. Um, I think he's
So he's
genius
retarded.
When it comes to his humor. He has great sense of humor, great jokes, but a terrible delivery. He's just terrible at delivering his fucking jokes.
Jesus,
But
you're really
but
turning this into the passive aggressive.
no, really.
No,
I mean,
but I
this is
agree
what
with
I'm
that.
saying. I
That's so
mean,
common.
Young is quick.
really,
Rough with the
really
smooth.
good.
Young is
And
quick.
his jokes are just usually, crack me up. I do think he's a good dude. I think he's a great looking dude. I think he's a good friend to his friends. And yeah, and that's about it.
Young is quick witted. His jokes are clever and never lame.
Huh? Who's next on the list?
There is no list. It's random order.
Let's see. Well, I'm just saying who's like a person that wasn't selected at random.
Yeah, suck my dick, John.
Richie, I think it's like everyone be nice to each other hour, although some
Do
people
me
are
next.
turning it.
Oh,
They're
did
turning
Another
it
you
into
do
dude.
like kind
JJ?
of
Another
passive
dude that
aggressive hour.
I wanna take this opportunity to thank is fucking Johnny B Bad. Johnny, you fucking crack me up every single time, dude. I think that you're fucking hilarious with the shit that you post in chat. I think you're a great dude. I consider you my friend. I tell you friend, but I do consider you a friend.
Johnny
So
B.
yeah,
Bad
man,
is
I appreciate everything you do, Johnny. And
Johnny B.
you are
Bad is the
always here.
funniest.
I
He's
think
the
that
funniest
you're
text bitch.
yeah,
Yeah,
man.
Johnny is
Johnny,
fucking hilarious.
You're the best.
Johnny is the queen of the text bitches, that's for
And
sure.
Johnny, I think Miguel said something really funny about Johnny, which is kind of true. Is that he's so likable, and in this the stuff he says, although it's normally very offensive and like abrasive to people, Miguel said if Johnny were to post his nudes right now in general chat, like every mod would ban themselves from the server. They just because he's just powerful like that. No one like moderates him about anything he says, even when he calls people the N word, the F word, everything. Just completely immune from everything.
Him pretending to be Mr. Batman was just the funniest thing. He called everyone sir. He's like, post nudes, sir, to Mary Jane.
That was some good shit.
He called her a dirty vegan whore. Just
I also want to appreciate
Oh fuck!
Sasha
It's JJ's
for being
turn,
so
boys.
hot. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Sean.
It's JJ's turn.
Yeah, JJ. Let's see JJ. Oh, JJ is fucking hilarious.
Oh.
JJ is like one of probably top tier on the hilarious scale.
Yes.
He has an uncanny like ability to mask what is like very witty humor in like the driest tone. When he makes a joke or when he says something funny, it's never in a different tone than how he normally talks, so that it has great effect at pissing people off and stuff like that. It's just the most hilarious shit ever. He's a good-looking man. Nice beard.
I think
He's a
go
top tier pervert, and yeah.
I think of all the people here, like JJ actually would be in like real life. JJ would actually be one of my best friends.
True.
It's like weird because like JJ, he's often like on my side, and I don't know what to think, whether or not that's a bad thing. But like JJ, he likes stuff that I like that isn't just like arguing and debating. Like he also likes like Game of Thrones. He even has like decent taste in music. But I think we also laugh a lot at the same shit. And so whenever JJ pisses me off, it's even more annoying. And I think it's because I like JJ so much.
JJ has this
Yeah.
ability to hold the room when it's like blatantly obvious that he's trolling. I mean, he doesn't admit to being a troll anymore, but at one point he even had his avatar was a troll and it said like level 30 troll. And then he would argue and he would hold the room for hours when he was like blatantly obviously trolling, and he'd move the level up to troll level 60. And then he just keeps holding the room for hours, and he just has a spell wherever he's just like zombified, even though they know he's trolling, that I just can't resist talking to him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they
So.
get really worked up too. Sorry, Joe, I interrupted you.
Oh no, it's okay. I just wanted to like JJ. Are you even listening? You fuck.
Oh fuck!
Yeah,
I'm
I
near tears.
I think I'll go next.
Go ahead, man.
So JJ has a lot of positive qualities. He's entertaining. He brought us one of the most interesting gates so far, Master Gate, which went on for like 3 days, just hours of entertainment for everyone.
I don't know how he
And JJ
survived that. It's amazing.
and and JJ has a comprehensive, I wouldn't say comprehensive, but like an amazing knowledge of pop culture. Like if I was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire tomorrow and there was a pop culture reference, pop culture question, I think JJ would be among the first person I'd call to know the answer. And I mean that as a genuine compliment. So
I agree with all that.
Very sweet.
JJ, I think you have a particular humility about you that's kind of unique that I appreciate.
Thank you.
Oh, we kind of skipped over Bacon. I think Tasteless, like, we were really spending time on each individual person in the beginning, and Tasteless said something about Bacon, but then Bacon, you deafened or something. Bacon, you hold those Muslims. It's so cute how, because you used to be like really passionately against Islam, and you actually knew a lot of stuff about Islam, and you would really get those Muslims riled up. That was cute.
Bacon. I guess I'm just gonna say what's frustrating with Bacon is like when I talk to him about stuff that it seems like everyone's annoyed with him about. Like he immediately concedes when he talks to me, and I'm not sure what that means. Like I think that again, Bacon, he's one of the examples of someone who has his heart in the right place. He just doesn't know. He's just socially crazy. And I think that what's interesting with Bacon is that he's changed while being in the community, despite all the toxic shit in the community. He's changed his positions on things, although he's not very good at really showing that he has changed his position on things.
And he makes like honest attempts to like understand things that just comes forward,
Yeah.
says, "Look, I don't understand this. Please, someone explain it to me." And he seems to have like genuine interest in understanding certain things that maybe he thinks are not really in his how do you say he doesn't have an understanding on, but he like makes the effort, I guess.
Yeah, Bacon never
Yeah.
tries to pretend he knows about something that he doesn't.
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, Bacon doesn't. He doesn't come in front on anything.
Oh, thank you all. Well, he looks like Karl Marx too, which is a good thing.
He has a very good sense of humor about that stuff too. It's just like all the pictures and everything.
I also want to appreciate Ace. Now that he's in the room, Ace, I want to let you know that I do have a lot of respect for you. I do think you're a great human being. I do think you are a good friend and a good person, and I think you're great. I really respect you. I think you're one of the most knowledgeable people that I know, and I don't think you get the respect that you deserve. And I appreciate you, Ace. I think you are a great human being.
I think I'll piggyback off that too. I think Ace is severely underrated. I've had conversations with Ace about math, about programming, about various topics of interest, and Ace would prove to be both competent and intelligent in those areas. I don't think he gets credit for that. I
Ace is
also
really fun to talk to.
True. I've also found Ace to be a loyal friend. I mean, there are times where, you know, in some instances where I might have been unfairly attacked, and Ace stood up for me, and times when he was unfairly attacked, and I stood up for him. So yeah, Ace has a lot of good qualities.
Right. I want to follow up for Ace. In light of recent events, other than like what's been said so far, I agree. I think Ace. So I feel like Ace comes in heavy, but then he does seem to back it up because he does have a wide knowledge on quite a few topics, especially logic and programming, etc. The recent events which make me compliment him even more now is apparently he's very good at hypnosis. So I'm hoping to see an example of that, and he has a large penis. Something
Yeah,
to value.
without even trying, he almost hypnotized Cat without even trying.
Ace has this rare ability, and Iron has this too. Both Ace and Iron are pretty fearless when it comes to they'll debate anybody on anything, and even like take Jack Angstrike. Ace is one of the only people I've actually ever seen to knock Jack Angstrike down. But Ace and Iron, no matter Ace can defend the fucking like ridiculous things like he doesn't think the Egyptians built the pyramids, stuff like that, and he can remain standing no matter how ridiculous his claim is. In debate, it's really hard to take him down with the rhetoric he uses, even when he's just being ridiculous.
He has a great understanding, I think, of history and how and the interplay between things. So he's able to contextualize an argument that and make it make sense. And I mean, if it does even if it's not true, it at least exposes the flaw in what we perceived of things. And Ace, yeah, no, I really have a respect for you and your ability to think, and it's been interesting to talk to you about finance stuff too. Yeah.
I like talking to Ace because there's this like playful joy in the way he talks about all the knowledge that he pursues. I don't know. I never have a sense of any kind of heaviness, or even when he's like vehemently disagreeing with you about something. There's this playfulness about it, like that. Like it's like I don't know if I'm describing it right, but you almost enjoy the fact that he's disagreeing with you. I know there's like a lightheartedness about it that I really appreciate about his approach.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, hard agree. He also he's taught me a shit ton of stuff about hypnosis and NLP and stuff like that, and he explains things really well in a way that like is like in a way that's like for dummies book kind of way.
Right. I just want to fact check. He does have a large penis, right, Kat?
Who's this bitch? Who is
She's new.
Oh no!
We're having a family meeting, ma'am. We're having a family meeting, ma'am. Get out.
No.
No, Cat is hot. Don't do that, Godless. I also want to take it, the time to appreciate Sasha.
Wait,
she's
Cat is
very
hot?
quiet.
She's all right, but like she almost got she's hypnotist person. Okay, I'm a little out of it. I shouldn't talk.
After you're done, Tasteless, I want to say something to Sunseed, but go ahead, Tasteless.
Oh yeah, so I wanted to appreciate Sasha in virtue that she's hottie. She is very quiet and very shy, but nevertheless, I think she's intelligent and a little bit sensitive. But then again, an important part of this community.
Aw, that's
Agnes,
sweet.
we're all going around and saying nice things about each other one by one.
Oh no, I don't. Maybe I should leave.
Well, no, Agnes is really
I'm not good at this shit. Okay, I'll play
is it
along.
This is for Agnes, and actually, I have the same compliment for both Agnes and Thea. So like our community kind of creates this filter. So in order to get through the filter, you gotta be thick-skinned, and to stick to the community. But I think a lot of people, Agnes and Thea, are the two most extreme cases of abuse I've seen in this community. And I think a lot of people here aren't that thick-skinned. They wouldn't have been able to. The thick-skinned ones aren't as thick-skinned as them. They tolerated the abuse until they were accepted by us, and that was really cool. I persevered through that. That was admirable.
I have something to say. I felt really low upon myself and that I needed friends because I don't have friends in my real life. I'm a very secluded person.
I feel myself intelligent, but I've been through like a lot of shit. So it was like I kind of wanted just to be understood by other people, just as a normal other human being would. And it was cool or whatever. We got over our shit, no sweat off my back. So it was like easy in a way for me to kind of be humiliated.
No, I
So
mean when you first came in the community, Agnes, not like this last time when you were arguing.
Yeah, nobody knew me whenever I first came in at all. Like I was just like a noob, and nobody really cared to get to know me before like throwing me under the bus, right? Like as somebody comes in here, you feel attacked or whatever. But it's really on like how you handle shit, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
nobody could
you're
ever
good.
question Agnes and Fia about if they've definitely like earned their place here. Nobody could ever question them about that.
That's true.
Right.
But I do have something nice to say about Agnes. I mean, a lot of things. Agnes, I do admire Agnes a lot for what she has done with her life, with the circumstances that she has to deal with. I really admire her, her dealing with that, in a way that doesn't, make her bitter or anything. She is smiling and jokey and playful and all that good shit. I think that she is a great artist when it comes to what she does. I think that she's very good, and I really like the things that she does. I really like the way she sings as well. A lot of fucking feeling on it. I think she's very talented. And I do think that she's, great with dealing with the shit thrown at her, her way without taking it like too seriously. I do admire her as a whole and I do admire her holes as well because I got to see them.
Oh,
So those are pretty good. Those are pretty good. I mean, anyone would want to hit that shit. That's true. That's true. She's really nice as well. She's good looking. So yeah, I appreciate you, Agnes, and I really appreciate you being part of the community.
I literally have a tear in my eye. That's very kind
don't
of
He
from what
wasn't
like I
referring
see
to
in
that whole.
Avatar, you know what I mean? But it's really nice to hear that. That's awesome. Thank you very much.
Agnes, I really appreciate your taste in music. There's been a few times when you've posted playlists in here that I really enjoyed. And,
Well, sort of cool aesthetic too.
Yeah.
With
But
the art that you do or whatever.
Right.
I gotta go. This is like
Wait.
weird for me to hear compliments.
Well, this is how you get better at it. But this is one more thing I wanted to say, and it's actually counter to that. Is there's been a few times in which you've displayed vulnerability in the room in order to make a point, and I really appreciate that.
I think Agnes. The only problem I have with Agnes is that she fucking lives in Canada. That's the only problem I have.
I wish I.
Yeah, I'll tell you about.
Fuck, you guys are awesome. Fuck.
Well,
I did not expect
She lives too far away. That's my problem.
I did not expect walking into this at all. Like that's wow. I'm like,
so Agnes and me have a history, but one thing I'll say about Agnes is she really touched my heart one night, and basically what it was is it was after all that drama, and she just kind of let herself out, and we were all sitting up late one night talking. It was like me, Layla, Tom, Jovan. There were some other people there too. I can't remember, and I've really come to realize that she was actually really kind of a beautiful person, like, and what she did one night is she played a song that I requested, and I was like, can you play Jolene? And she said that she could, and I've saved that song to my phone, and I still listen to it to this day. The last time I listened to that song was like 4 days ago. I listen to it all the time. And I'll tell you what, it's amazing, and you guys can listen to it too. We should play it in the bot.
I agree.
No,
it's gnarly.
Please do, because I think
guys have to
Agnes.
hear it. It's so fucking good, and it's pretty short.
At the time
Agnes
that happened, okay, at the time that all this shit happened, I wasn't very much of a person, okay? I was absolutely shameable and blamable for being a piece of shit, all right? And I don't know why I did that, because I was like, I felt degraded almost doing it afterwards, but like I like to sing or whatever, but I kind of blame myself for all that shit that happened because, like, at the end of the day, I'm the one that
Yo,
like,
Agnes has the guitar out.
Shh.
Oh.
Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Please don't take him just because you can. Your beauty is beyond compare, with flaming locks of auburn hair, with ivory skin, eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like the breath of spring, your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene. There you go.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's fantastic.
That was like the shittiest fucking
you-
thing I've ever fucking heard.
You
No,
have
that was a bad
you-
time for me.
Agnes, shut
Listen,
up.
Have you ever heard
an
of being your worst
amazing-
critic?
I know, but at the time, like, I could have been so much better because I was like drugging myself and drowning myself.
I
at the
hear
time,
it,
and-
but it still gives me goosebumps. Okay.
Such raw honesty in how you sing and what comes through when you sing. It's
Oh, thank you. I'm like embarrassed right now. I'm like
Agnes,
so dying.
Agnes, you sound very sweet. That was really pretty.
It was real
Yeah,
pretty.
very much.
Sansi,
That's
you know
it.
what I
I can
wanted
do-
to bring up?
What's up?
What was the name of that girl that did what we're doing and CC as a shtick? That's all she would do. The 12-year-old that would do the compliment bomb thing. You remember that?
That little girl?
Yeah.
I think I don't remember her name, to be honest.
But you remember who I'm talking about? The girl that...
Yeah, she was really, really young, and her mom was also on the server.
Yeah, and she used to come in and say compliment bomb, and then she'd do the thing. It was annoying as fuck, but yeah, I just wanted to remember her name. I guess you. Fuck.
Sock might know.
It's Katie. It's Katie.
Katie, yeah. I was gonna say Kat, but I wasn't sure. I think it is Katie.
What the fuck did I walk into? Like, this is like the greatest powwow ever.
Oh, Thomas
You guys
Delanis is here. Are you here, Thomas?
You guys are awesome.
Oh, I have some things to say about Thomas Thomas.
He's blushing. He doesn't want to take a turn.
Thomas and I were talking yesterday. He's like, he's a really good guy, and he thinks through things, and he's really a respectful person. And I think I don't know, he always he's very like, he's humble, and I think that it's just a very like I don't know, respectable trait, and he does it without being like weak, and that being able to like act that way without being weak is really a great.
It feels like he could be your best friend too.
Yeah.
Like just your bud. Like you would go anywhere with, and you can do anything with, and it'd be.
Yeah, your straight best friend. Anyways, who's left? It was Rise already done. I assume so.
I think everyone kind of got done. Is there anyone who's missing?
It just depends on who you're talking about, right? Has everyone in the list been done here? Like, has Off Kilter been done?
Ray Panda.
Yeah, Ray.
Oh, I got something to say about Ray. Ray is like one of the best guys you would ever fucking meet. I would
A
travel.
funniest motherfucker in the community.
I'd go see Upload.
I could say some stuff about Off Kilter has been my friend for the past like 2.5 years. Became close friends because of that Finkelstein Dershowitz debate. It's the only guy who every time I played it, he would listen to it with me. We must have played it like 100 times. And he's always like Off Kilter has like changed his positions. He's really thought about like all of the topics that we talk about, all of them. Like all of them from like what Bill Grommy says to like the race realism stuff. All of it. He's very sincere. And he keeps on threatening to go on voice, but he never does. And I wish that he would go on voice more. Is he even listening? I don't even know. I'm not looking at my computer.
Yeah, the one thing I've noticed is exactly that. Like, it seems I remember Off Kilter to like, because I guess I used to see him like peripherally on Holy or whatever, and I thought that he had like kind of views that were unpoppable to me. But I've noticed as of late that he does seem to have like values that I really like,
He's
and
very sincere.
he does make the
Yeah,
effort
and
to understand the issues and whatever, you know.
yeah.
I think he understands them like pretty well. He has a problem with me. I don't know, like it's weird. It's kind of really weird, but I still appreciate him for the most part, I guess.
We're gonna get matching tattoos. Tattoos of like footnote number 14, footnote number 15. I forget which exactly we're gonna get. We might get tattoos that just say turn speak.
I want somebody to get like a semicolon tattoo with me, because like the Lonely Island semicolon song just like sums it up. But I love semicolon humor. It's like the best.
We can get a lazy Sunday tattoo. I'd be down for that.
All right, who else hasn't been done?
I think we've pretty much hit all the bases.